Hey everybody, 10 Tampa Bay Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins here on what I think will be the last tropical update that we'll have to do this season, which is really good news. We do have potential tropical cyclone 22 out there. I'll show you where it's expected to go, what we're kind of thinking about it, and we'll make it a quick video, and we'll also talk about why I think the season's coming to an end. I mean, obviously November 30th is the end of the season, but I'll show you what the atmosphere looks like right now. So let's start with PTC 22. PTC, which means potential tropical cyclone, essentially means that this thing is not organized enough to be a tropical cyclone, but it means that they're getting tropical cyclone-like weather in Jamaica, eastern Cuba, the Turks and Caicos. It's on the way. Kind of like exactly what happened in South Florida, who did not get a PTC designation for that, right? They should have. They probably should have, because they had 6 to 12 inches plus of rainfall. They had winds in the 50s. They had tornadoes, water spouts. They had flooding. They had tropical weather out there, but technically wasn't a tropical system. So anyways, let's stay on topic here. Notice where the center of the storm is right here, and look where all the convection is. It's out here, right? Quite a bit of wind shear. This thing is, in fact, the next name on the list is Vince, and this thing is probably not going to make Vince. If you just look at it now, there's really just zero convection around the center. All of it is out here to the east. So what that means is, look, Jamaica's getting it right now, right? Look out here for Haiti, Dominican Republic, Eastern Cuba. You know, all of what you see right in here is heavy rainfall moving through the area, right? And then if you extend this track to the north and the east, you get right up into the Turks and Caicos and the southern Bahamas, and they're going to be dealing with it. So those are the areas that I'm concerned about. We're talking 6 to 8 inches of rainfall. Some areas will get more than that, and you have to remember there are some mountains over here. Jamaica has them as well, and then you got them over here, obviously, a Dominican Republic and Haiti, Hispaniola. And when you get heavy rain over mountainous areas, it really, not only is it heavy rain, but the relief, the mountains funnel the water down into the valleys, into these concentrated areas of heavy rainfall. And that's going to be the case there. They're going to get some pretty serious flooding from that. Now, this is the Hurricane Center forecast, and you can see they did, look, I mean, they got up to 40 miles per hour by early tomorrow morning. Keep it there, and then 45 by Sunday morning, and going just to the southeast of Bermuda, which is right about there. But that doesn't mean it's going to be Vince, right? It looks like it's not going to be. I don't think it will. There's still a ton of shear up in this area, so it hasn't moved in that area. It's going to be really struggling. And it's not one center. It's a very broad area of low pressure. Look at the forecast models. Some start here, some start here, some start down here. Yeah, they don't even know where to start with this thing, because it's just not a very defined center, and it's probably not going to be. Right? There are the look at the names on the list this year. 14, 14, 5, 19 named storms, including Tammy. Vince, I just don't think that we will get Vince. So we had 19 storms. 12 is average. Yeah, 12 is average. Or is it? Yeah, something like that for that time, for this type of season. Where do we look for storms in November? Exactly where we're seeing. All right, look, there's Jamaica right there. There's where a storm is. This is a graphic we made years ago to show you where we look for particular months. This is the month of November, and you can see it's almost taking the exact track of what we look for. So certainly not unexpected, but certainly don't see too much this time of the year. Now, why is that? Well, because we have cooler water. Hurricanes need 80-degree water or higher to give energy to continue to grow. If a hurricane were to come up at us right now, it would run into these 70-degree water temps, and it would weaken pretty quickly. Still do some damage if it were to come up at us, but that's only part of the equation. In fact, you can see there is warmer water down in the south. It basically stays that way all year round in the Caribbean. But you notice you're getting cooler water here, and obviously you have cooler water, even 80s, out in the tropical Atlantic. This map actually shows you 80-plus degree water. So, in fact, here you can see the Gulf Stream. Look at the Gulf Stream. See it right up here? That's it. But notice all the coastal areas now, because of the cool air that we've had, they're basically not seeing 80-degree water. And that helps us when you have a storm coming at us. Plus, then you start looking at not only where the 80-degree water is, but how deep is that warm water. And that gives us the ocean heat content. So there, again, here's Jamaica. We've got warm water here. We've got it going pretty deep, too. Western tip of Haiti as well. But not much here in the Gulf. A little bit. This is the loop current coming out, going into the Gulf Stream and coming up. There's not a whole lot there. There's some, obviously. And then you look at the rest of the tropical Atlantic, and you can see that that has calmed down a little bit. So this would be the major area that we would watch, hence that graphic I just showed you for November, and hence where we're getting something coming out right now. But it's not organized, right? And this is one of the main reasons why. Look at all of the shear. Our storm is right here. There is a ton of northwest shear coming over. And then as we put this in motion, none of that's going to change. Not much, at least. And that's why I say this thing is not going to have a chance. But it's also the reason why this time of the year the season tends to shut down. Number one, we get cooler, but we get a ton more shear across the Gulf, the Caribbean. You see one little section here doesn't have too much shear. Look at the open Atlantic. Tropical Atlantic has a bunch of shear of it. So this is kind of typical. I will say that this shear here is probably a little bit lower than what it normally is, and that's El Nino. All right? That is what we expect. That is also the reason why we expect more storms coming our direction, more regular storms over the wintertime, right? Nothing tropical, but because the storm track that carries those, that's normally up here, is now going to be coming across the deep south and coming up like that. All right, so that gets that. Let's talk, can we get another system? Yeah, look what happens. This is the European forecast model. Oh, it died on me. There must be a new run coming up. Oh, well, it has something. It has the remnants of this causing a low out here. And what can happen is you can get an extra tropical low that sometimes will go subtropical and maybe tropical if it drifts south. So, yes, you can get tropical systems this time of year. In fact, you can get them every month out of the year. But as far as we're concerned, the United States, most of the Caribbean, once we get this PTC 22 out of here, we should be in the clear. So, congratulations. You made it. Fantastic news, right? We'll always take that. Thanks for watching, and I will keep keeping you updated, of course, on regular weather. So with that storm track coming to the south, we're going to stand the chance of seeing some stronger storms over the wintertime. Two things to that. One, we are in a big-time drought along the immediate coast in the Tampa area. That will help us. The rain we've seen the last couple of days is helping. We still need more. The other side of that is you can get severe weather when you have those storms coming over top of us. So that's something that we'll keep an eye on. Remember, about a month and a half ago, we had those tornadoes. Setups like that are probable. Not a whole lot of them, but you can certainly bet we'll see a couple of those through the upcoming season. And you can certainly bet that I'll keep you updated right here. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe.